the financial implication. I want to showing us the financial implication of those three. I've already sent it to him so that I can share it with us on the screen for all of us to see. One, I have seen Ojukoya, Yomi Ojukoya, on to give us experts' opinion and advice on the pains and the project of reconstruction. Implication of the outside wall alone and then the inside alone, then both together. On my display, I want to display already. The second one is about the exercise books, which has been costed already to cost us 1,900 per one. And I have asked only 2 copies, 8 copies, 10 copies per child. We know we have roughly around 1,900 students in the school.
What is low?
That's like 1,900.
Toyi, should we start with the me displaying the exercise book first? The quote.
Let me, you know what I'm trying to do, because since you said my own network is going up and down, let me give a summary.
Okay.
It goes again. Discussion can go on at your own end. So the second one is the exercise book. It's already also there. The last but not the least is the chemistry laboratory. I spoke with the vice principal, who also happened to be an old boy, and also the head of sciences department. And he said that the main problem with the chemistry laboratory is the piping and the tiles. So I've been linked with someone, also an old boy, financial implication. So I have everything now on that with talks, which is going to be shared with us. So let him now share it. We look at it. We now discuss one after the other. I think we can go on from there now. Thank you very much for listening. So let's go.
Okay.
So can you please start sharing? Yeah, thank you.
Toyi, are you okay for me to start with the exercise book first?
Anyone. We're all together. Anyone.
Okay.
Remember that we have agreed that the exercise book is going to go around. Okay. That one is a must. But let's go on ahead.
So, Toyi, can you say it so you can explain? Can you see the? I'm currently sharing. Can you see it, Toyi? So you can explain.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
I can.
So, if I understand what you said, can everybody see?
You have to understand.
Yes. Talks.
Yes.
Yes.
Somebody called talks just now.
I said, go ahead.
Okay. Can you say it? Ayola, can you say it? What I'm sharing. There's a TV or radio somewhere. Can somebody reduce his TV or something at the background? Okay. So guys, can you say this is the code for the exercise book?
Yeah.
Sorry, there's an audio somewhere, please. Andrel, I don't know if it's your TV. Andrel, please. No, I think it's TV.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay. According to what is written here, the cost of 2,000 copies of 60.
We can see it.
Okay.
Colored.
We can see it.
Okay.
Question.
Okay, go on.
Big note big note education exercise book.
Exercise book big note
big note I mean.
So this is big note. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Carry go.
Okay.
480,000.
I just say about that bonus.
240.
Yeah. 1,000 years of rainfall cannot change the color of the leopard.
Mathematics.
Filippo.
Yeah. Okay. 2,000
Welcome,
copies
Filippo
of 60. Now,
Okay.
another question, sir.
Yeah, ask your question.
Welcome.
Ask your question.
I understand we have from the background, from the summary we had from the chairman, I understand we had 1,900 students. Am I correct?
Toyin, can you respond to that?
Yeah, that's category A, 1,900 pupils.
Yeah.
Toyin, can you respond?
Respond to what? Respond to what?
Wale is asking a question.
Wale is
asking.
No, I see the answer already. You scored the answer for me now. It's 1,900 students.
Then I want to get those talks.
Category 1,900 people.
Okay.
So we need to be able to
I don't know what's this category B.
Yeah, staff.
Okay, ma so po mo category. Ebo ni mo kọ síbẹ̀ yẹn Tókunbọ̀.
Mi ò yé mi.
Má jẹ no bí ọ, má jẹ no bí ọ bá bá mo ká béèrè lọ́wọ́ rẹ náà ni.
Only staffs 50. Only category B.
Táwọn tíṣà wa.
No, ṣá máa fáwọn pupils nìkan níwèé àní fáwọn tíṣà tó ń kọ́ wọn ni.
Oh no, ni
So let me use my own understanding of this. If we do 1,900 copies and we give them 4 each, this is the calculation. Am I right?
That's right.
And if we do
1.8,
if we do this quantity and we give them 10 each, this is the total amount. I believe that's the Abi. Okay.
Wow.
And I believe
on the right side.
Okay.
Yes.
And I believe this is for the teachers. This is for the teachers. Am I right?
Yeah. Category
4 copy each, and that would be the total for the teachers. Then 2.5. I'm not sure what that 2.5 means though. At least it could be maybe the principal or something. 25? I don't know.
Number 2.
No, that is
50 times 6.
2.250.
Number 2, 50 times 6.
Yeah, number 2 could be 50 multiplied by 6. Number 2.
Number 2. Which one is number 2?
50 multiplied by 6.
Number 2.
That's number 2.
Oh, okay.
Remove that 2. Remove that 2, I beg. Remove that 2.
Yeah.
Oh, confuse me now.
Okay, you got it.
I'm not confused.
You got it.
Okay.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ sà, lórí àrọ̀ àwọn tíṣà yìí, mo rò pé mẹ́rin ti tó wọn o.
But it depends on classes tó máa ń kọ́ náà.
Kí ló dé kí náà ń kọ́? Èmi subject kọ̀ọ̀kan lẹ́ni kọ̀ọ̀kan ń kọ́.
Tó bá ń kọ́ subject kọ̀ọ̀kan tó bá dẹ̀ ń kọ́ bóyá form 1, form 3, form 2 kíní kan bọ́yìí máa ń kọ́ wọn I don't know bọ́yìí máa ń ṣe é sí.
Wọ́n ti ní kí náà ti ń pè wọn tẹ́lẹ̀, wọ́n kàn máa fi yẹn ṣe lesson note ni, wọ́n ti ní proforma àwọn tẹ́lẹ̀ tán fi ń kọ́ wa léwe. Big note kan máa fi ṣe lesson note ni àbí kan máa fi jot.
Okay. Ìyẹn dáńgbà yẹn 4 ẹ dáńgbà yẹn.
So
mo suggest ni o, I'm not imposing it o.
Okay, so should we go for option 1, 2?
Option 1.
Thank you. I prefer 1.
Option 1.
Actually, for students, I think option 2 will be ideal for students.
But
ẹ rántí ìgbà tá a wà ńbẹ̀ o, èyí náà rántí o.
Cost implication.
Cost ni 2.7.
Alex.
Àwa mélòó ló wà lórí láì ná?
Who is talking? Toyin ni Abi.
Toyin.
Àwa mélòó ló wà lórí láì?
Àwa méjìlá là ń ṣe fún báyìí.
Ẹ divide 2.7 pẹ̀lú by àwa méjìlá.
Méjìlá kẹ̀, kí ló dé?
It comes to a mega sum to everybody.
Wale, mo rò bí gbé.
No. I'm just trying to. I'm profiling a solution. Don't get me wrong, go. I'm just profiling a solution, no.
But
don't get me wrong. I'm profiling a solution. Kì í ṣe pé mi náà go kankan pamọ́ síbi kankan o.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Let us put ourselves in the picture.
What
our needs were.
Wale. Can I just give you a pre-knowledge while we're waiting for Toyin? Apart from the exercise book, there's still another kind of project we're trying to do. So
I am talking already.
And your sound was going funny in Toyin. Your sound was going funny. Okay, go on.
All right. Let me just say this, my God. Let me just say this. I just want to chip in this. Please let us not forget that we have said that we'll be responding on the WhatsApp page. Just a mega of us lower the platform we buy. Let's be responding so that others will be aware of what is going on there. That's number one.
Yes,
number two, if we four, just like Soji said, 4 carry Taba will cost C6 back for your jacket only 5. 5 is better than 4. But Chairman, we agreed last time that the exercise book is going to, because we want the pupils to have a direct. That's my submission.
Yeah. Can we put it into vote? Me personally, I would go for option 1, no, because the other expenses to go ahead. Option 1 in category A and option.
Maybe we should listen to all the expenses first, and now come to our choosing.
Okay. Input from other members. Input, please, so we can move on. We're talking about the exercise book. Soji, you're mute at the moment. Oh. Yeah, who's this? Andrel, go on.
Yeah,
go on.
Our platform, vote about I'm discuss it. We'll discuss it now and then take it onto the platform.
Okay, let me give you. I don't know if Tony is there. This is the 3rd time calling this Zoom meeting, and we've been going around in circles. Everybody has something to do, and we just need to move ahead on this thing.
No, my question is,
only
a few of us are on this platform at this point in time. Just 12 of us. Are we going to be responsible for the decision taking right now? And then everybody will have to accept. Or do we take the minutes from this meeting and then back to the platform so that we have more input from other people?
Can I give my suggestion? My suggestion is, well, how many people here? 13. It depends on the direction of the 13 people here, and we can just give them a memo that majority favor option 1 or at this meeting, option 2, option 3, option 4. So based on the 13 people that are here today, we can decide on something, and we will present that majority favor this or that something. But because we can't, everybody has something to do, and we can't be starting all over again the next time again. And what's it? Phillips, Ogunlude, what's your input? We have to make a decision. Do you agree on that?
Yeah, it's okay. Just like you said, any decision we arrive at.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Obedient. Obedient, okay.
Obedient. We go by that suggestion. The last person that talked, you understand?
Yeah.
Let's make our decision and let's throw it to the whole house. This is what we conclude. You understand? Let's see their own reactions too.
Okay.
And by that, you are carrying everybody along.
Okay.
I think it's okay by that.
Sorry, but Emi ma fẹ́ prefer ká mú number 1 yẹn, option 1 yẹn, ká kọ́ mú yẹn lókè yẹn. Then ní the second one fún àwọn teacher bí Aremu ṣe sọ, a lè mú option 2 fún yẹn fún pé tó bá pé kó lè tó àwọn teachers yẹn.
Anybody has the input, please? Rufus, please contribute to Babatunde, please.
Good evening.
Yeah, please contribute to. We're talking about these options at the moment.
Okay.
Name and address, please.
Name
and address, please.
Name
and address.
Oh, yeah. Guys, let's move on. Let's move on, please. Okay. Please, we have a lot to talk about this evening, so we have to move on. Okay. Please, input.
I think the general opinion appears to be that category A, option 1, and category B, option 2.
Option 2, thank you.
Okay. Okay. If that's the majority, me personally, I prefer option 1 in both, but it depends on majority.
My own is the reverse. Need more books that really meet up with our students here. That's why we love option 2 in category B.
Okay. Guys,
so what is our conclusion? What is our conclusion?
Option category A, option 1. Then category B, option 2.
Okay. Anybody opposing it at the moment? Anybody any other? So we can move to a different topic.
Category A, option 2. Category B, option 1.
But we are more than you now. So
agreed. We just choose it.
Oh yeah, agreed.
Okay. Can we move to the Toyin? Shall we move to the second project so we can talk because of time?
Let's move on.
Let's move on. No, I think the majority has decided. I think what they're saying is that the option category A option. Have I deleted it?
Option 2.
There is
an observation, sir.
It looks like I've deleted something. Have I deleted something?
Chairman, I don't think I'm enjoying your attitude of this unique decide.
No.
You know, you at Ori Big at Ori you got to, you know, be more tolerant. I don't like that statement. As a matter of fact, unique decide. That's not nice.
Okay, sorry then, sorry. At least we need all together.
Talon sọ̀rọ̀ jẹ́ mi tó sọ̀rọ̀ kì í dáhùn.
Wọlé Adéríwálé.
Tó bá tún ṣe orúkọ yẹn pè lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí máa gbọ́ £100 lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀.
Ebi Wálé ló sọ̀rọ̀.
Wọlé kanlẹ̀.
Ebi Wálé ló sọ̀rọ̀.
Tó mọ̀ ló pè yẹn.
Ẹ̀rù ń bà mí. As you people are talking, if you go to the platform, one type is síbẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ lórí platform.
Okay.
Carry typist.
Ó wà lára ẹ̀.
Ó jẹ́ gbà mí bí mo ṣe rí màmá bínú.
Jẹ́jẹ́ lọmọ ni Aremu. Kò lè jẹ́jẹ́ lọmọ ni.
So, guys, just to recap, we're going for category A, option 1. So that means 4 big notes for each student, and category B, which is for the teachers, 6 notes for the teachers. Is that okay? So we can move on, please.
Yes.
Okay. Then I don't want to be leading the meeting, but unless don't you give me the permission. Should we go to the next? Okay. From the, let me just say, from the last meeting, the way I understand it is that we're going to do the big notes, but we're also going to try to do something, a physical something, maybe do something in the school. And the two. Ebo.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, let me just recap again. And I'm doing this on behalf of the chairman, or unless I'm not taking the chairman's post. So we're doing the exercise book. So, and that's, how do you call it? During the occasion, but we're also going to try to do a kind of project within the, for the 83 sets. So the two projects that we have quoted, that we have in front of us, and not to go back again, one suggestion was to repaint the whole school, the whole building, and
the whole building in the school.
So I'm trying to clarify it. The whole building, the different buildings in the school, and I think Abayomi Odukaya was approached. So he now gave us a quote, so which I'm going to be sharing to you. So this includes, for example, so if you look at it, so this is the quotation for. So this is to do with the interior painting. So this is the interior. So it started with the. So this is the computer room. So there's this one here. The first one, I'm not sure which one is which building is this, but that one is 58,000 to finish that one. For the computer room, 121 to complete that one.
Excuse me, Pauline. The dean.
Hello.
Dean, did he add medication?
Nawale.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, please. Or you can stop. You can mute you or something. Okay. Sorry. So I hope you guys can see it. So this is a code for the computer room. As I go along, there's a code to paint the library. Okay. There's a code to the second library, which is this. A code for the block B. I mean, I can't remember which one is block B, but that's the code for that one, 129. And the okay, I'll tell you.
Still interior.
Yeah, this is interior. This is interior. Yeah, at the moment, this is interior. So this is block C. That one, chemistry lab. Just to speed it up, chemistry lab, physics lab, biology lab, upper class. So I think this is the ground code for the interior. So be clear on that one. No, that's the interior, which is 890,000. So there's another code for the exterior. So that's to paint the outside. So okay, I think the admin office. The first one is for the admin office, which is 90,000. The toilet. The second toilet.
Go to the Baba Nisale. Go to the Baba Nisale.
Say it again.
Go to the
okay.
Total.
Okay, thank you. I'll go to the total now. So this is the total. Okay.
1.1.
No, not 1.1. No.
Interior and exterior.
Everything
2.
is
2.7.
2.7. So hello, there's a noise coming from somewhere. So the total for the painting, both interior, exterior, and workmanship is 2.6. Okay. 2.7. Okay. Before we make any comments, can I just show you the code for the other project that the other option project that we have in mind? So then we now talk about it. So hello. Whose audio is this? Isaac.
Box. Okay,
okay. So just so that's the total for the 2.7 is for the painting. The other project that we have in mind is fixing the chemistry lab. So fixing the chemistry lab.
Second page, page here.
So, okay. 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 So this is the second project that we have in mind at the moment, or the is fixing the chemistry lab. So from the first quote that we have here, I took out the chemistry painting, because painting too has to be part of the chemistry lab. So that's the total for the painting, just the painting of the chemistry lab. I think that one
outside.
I didn't connect. Maybe I didn't copy the interior part. So, but just bear in mind that there's going to be an interior and exterior for this chemistry lab. I can come back to that one. So that's the painting. Then we had a quote. I hope you can see this is the quote to do some of the equipment. I don't know if you have something to do with pipes, head gas. The total for that one is let's say 500,000. So let's just say the painting, let's just say the painting, let's just say maybe 45 times 2 or 100. Let's just rough idea for the painting, 100 for the chemistry lab. Just have in mind 100 for the chemistry lab in terms of painting. Then to buy the some of the equipment what they need is 500,000. So that's 600,000 at the moment. Are you following me, guys?
At the moment.
At the moment, yeah. And there's another quote here. I think the floor for the chemistry lab, they have to redo the floor and the bench, the workbench tops. You know those wooden where we do all those chemical heads. They have to do some work on it. So the total for that one, there's so many things, cement and everything. The total for that one is let's just say 700,000. So to sum it together, the top part was 600 plus 700. So that's 1.3. So the total for the fixing the chemistry lab, let's say roughly 1.3. And the painting the whole school, both interior and outer, I think that one was 2.7. And the chemistry lab again is 1.3. Painting the school, the whole school, interior and outside, is 2.7. Okay, let's talk about it now. Let's talk. Should I talk first?
Yeah.
Me, I'm not putting my opinion on anybody. Me personally, I would prefer the chemistry lab. Let's focus on one thing and not the whole school. We focus on one thing and let's achieve one thing and not painting the whole school. We can't do the whole school and be responsible for the whole school. Let's just take one. Me personally, let's just take one thing and let us be good in one thing. If we can do everything that is needed in that chemistry lab, let's do it. And at the moment, it's 1.3. That is what I personally would like to go for. Anybody can come in.
Talking about, just going to say the same thing. Who's
that? That was Kule Andrel. Okay.
Yes.
Anybody else? Input, please. Input, please. That's my opinion, though.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It's a good let's
the school here to you. The school here to you.
Okay. But we can still do that, but we have to plan
Philip,
for it.
Philip, okay. Philip, you want to talk? Philip wants to talk.
Yeah. I actually want to talk. Yeah, okay. I will also prefer the chemistry laboratory. But my reservation is this. Because they are talking of the equipment. We would like to probably see someone who is in that line that can advise us the kind of equipment we have to buy. We don't even see the equipment. Are the equipment appropriate?
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
So that's number one.
Okay, go on.
First of all, I will go for the chemistry lab equipment. I mean, to equip the plate, I will go for that. But let's look at the equipment they are bringing in. You understand? What are the qualities of those equipment? Are they the appropriate ones? So we need experts along this line.
Okay.
Those are
but I think Aremu said he contacted one guy that knows about it. Aremu said that.
I was just about to respond to that one, exactly what Daya was saying. That I don't know if Tony is there. From the report, when Tony first started this investigation, he approached the principal, and the principal directed Tony to the head of the chemistry lab, and luckily that person too is a member and is an old student of Ibadan Boys High School.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine.
So it was this person that gave Tony what is required in the chemistry lab. So all this input was coming from this person, which is also an old student of Ibadan Boys High School. Tony, can you add any other information to that? Tony, are you there?
Well, thank you very much. Are you with me?
Yeah, we're with you. Yeah, go on.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm closely following. Just exactly what Tokumbo said. The only addition is that they never told us with respect to the equipments like Phillips was raising. They're just talking about fixing the laboratory itself. That the basic problem they're having now is the piping and the tiling. They're not talking about the equipments per se.
Can you imagine?
So that's all. That's all. Thank you.
Okay.
The pipe and the ties.
At the tabletop.
Philipon.
So,
Tony.
Tony, I know we've seen the Koto, but can you just summarize the works from what we saw here? They said that from my understanding that the floor of the chemistry lab need to refloor it. Am I right? They need to refloor the. Yes.
That thing that you just asked now, this question you just asked now,
it
took me 1 complete 4 weeks, 1 complete month to be able to get. If I will open to you, this quotation I'm giving you on the chemistry something came to me less than 2 hours ago. For over 1 month that I've been pursuing them.
Okay.
So you can imagine what it takes to get all this information.
I've been on
it since last time we met in January. No, it's a problem. I've been on it. The guy just gave me all this quotation less than 2 hours ago.
Okay.
Can you imagine? So what I'm trying to say in essence is that one of the challenges we are facing is actually clamping down. But when I spoke with the principal and he referred me to the vice principal, who happens to be an old boy, the guy told me that the principal problem they had there is the piping and the tiling, and then we have to paint the inside. That is all. He never talked to me about the equipment, except I will now wait till Monday to ask him that what about the equipment? Are they there already? The material, the people, the durable, the bakers.
Chairman, sir.
Yes, sir.
Don't ask about equipment. Let us show the one we have first.
We already had some equipment here now. The total for the equipment is 500,000. We have some equipment list of it.
Where are the equipment? This one that look like
the equipment you want talks. Equipment lórí piping àti ties ẹni o.
Okay.
I think this is what the material they need for the piping and whatever.
So let's talk one at a time. Sorry, let me hear you from. Sorry. Okay. Wale, go ahead. Go ahead.
I think this receipt that look like Adobe printing press receipt is talking about the materials needed for the piping, and because I'm seeing 24 pieces. I'm seeing elbow joints, 23 pieces. I'm seeing threading, whatever, 4 pieces. So I think it's the material that is needed for the piping and piper and whatever that they quoted there.
Thank you.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, that is it. Yeah.
So if I believe, in short, what you're talking about is that it doesn't include any equipment in the chemistry lab.
No. To be honest, no problem.
Hello, gentlemen.
Okay.
What I want to say, is this. Concerning the quotation the guy has given us. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, can you listen to me, please?
Yeah, we listen to you.
Yeah, Tony, thank you so much for your efforts. You understand? We really appreciate that. But I would suggest that we will get another person to give us another quotation.
Sure.
So we can compare quotations, because I used to do that for my project, so that we ask somebody else, apart from this one that has given us quotation, let's ask another person, a Tyler or whatever, to give us another quotation so that we can compare the two quotations together. That's number one. Number two, since we are talking about equipping the chemistry laboratory, and these equipment are not there, and we are having this kind of amounts, I beg, we still have a long way to go. Honestly, the most important thing is the equipment, not even, although pipes, all these pipes, the tiling and everything, they are very important too. But they cannot be as important as the equipment.
But me sorry, Philip, sorry. They are sorry, Philip. They are very important. Why? Equipment.
I'm not saying they are not important. Listen. I'm not saying they are not important.
Hold on, Philip. Hold on, Philip.
Mo fẹ́ point out nǹkan kan fún ẹni. Even tó bá ra equipment yẹn wá, without that pipe àtàwọn tiles yẹn kó wà in order, our equipment ò ní ṣiṣẹ́ bó yẹ kó ṣe ṣe.
I know that this is what you didn't get my point. My point is that we are talking of, I'm not saying this one are not important. They are very, very important. Even without them, equipment cannot work. You understand? But we are looking at our estimate.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are looking at the money. When we now look at this amount, not even talking about the equipment itself. We don't know how much that one is going to cost. So probably we may be looking at 7 million. That is reality.
Can I make it? Okay, let's do. The first thing I just want to clarify first. Out of the two projects that was displayed today, which one is majority going for? Let's first clarify that one first. Which one out of the two?
We will go for the exercise book first.
In fact, let me say this. Wale, let me say this. Hello.
Yeah.
We have all agreed at our last meeting of January that the exercise book is sacrosanct, that we are going to have that one done. Everybody here should remember. Those who attended that meeting, it was mooted by Maruf Raimi. So we said that is to make the students to feel our impact. But within one term, those books will go underground. But what we make them to
your sound is going again.
To feel us more. So exercise what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Summary and here. So exercise book here is not debatable. That's what I'm saying. Okay. We have agreed as at last time.
Okay.
Then we can say something. There is no way we can talk anything about this one, about this chemistry laboratory, without getting the full information of what is going to be.
Okay.
We are not talking about equipment.
Can I say something?
Okay, Wale, you go first. Wale, yeah, go first.
Yeah. Oga Shaman, I've not thanked you for your efforts. Thank you very much. I know the pain you have gone through and the stress and the frustration. But it's one of the sacrifices you got to make. Thank you for that. My point is here now is we have, as it was said, that the exercise book is sealed. It has to be done. Now we are debating on another project, which I think we have agreed on doing the chemistry laboratory project.
Okay.
Now, I get the point. I get where Philip is coming from, but the point here is, this is what we have on ground. We need to put this in place. Maybe in the course of putting this in place, we can make requests of what equipments are needed in down there, or if they come up with they need this equipment, they need that, but because I don't think that lab will be there without having some equipment. It might not be enough. Some might have been damaged. Maybe there are just some additions that we need to make. But first thing, this is what they have requested that they need. They want the pipes and the tabletops straightened out, make it fitting for a chemistry lab to work in. They have not signified that they do not have equipment. You understand? So don't let us pull trouble where there is none. It is always better for people to say, we want this, and you give, than when you give, it's less appreciated. Trust me. So let us do what they want. This is what they want. Let's give it to them as much as we can. And I also agreed on second opinion as per quotation. I also agree to that as well. So if we do that, we could get another quotation to see the competition, see the difference in prices, and then we know where to go. And then we know where to start a payment plan and stuff like that to get the project along the line. And to add to that, now that the exercise book thing is binded already, is bounding, whatever. How do we go about it? How do we go about that? Why we are still debating on, waiting for second quotation or third quotation on the chemistry project?
Okay, thank you. Prof, I can see your hand up, Prof.
Okay, thank you very much. Running through the quotations for the lab, I can see that they are talking about the gas line. If you look at this for the gas line in the lab, in a chemistry lab, you must be able to eat, conduct flame tests, and things like that. If you go to that laboratory now, because the last time I visited the place, I discovered that the lab, they are using kerosene stove, which is not good enough for a chemistry laboratory. And then the water is not running in that lab. So this quotation may be for the gas line and the piping of water into that laboratory, so that water can run in the basins in the lab. And then it is that same table, that same bench that probably Shifty put in that lab. I don't know if you read the history of IBHS. That lab was provided in 1950 something when Mr. Akindula Shende was principal. So those things they needed to have been upgraded or made to be functional. For now, that laboratory is not a good laboratory. During our times in IBHS, we did not, it wasn't a kerosene stove that we're using. We're using our gas. But now, they are using kerosene, which is not good. So I think if we facelift laboratory, it will be something that will be nice for this set to point out that at this time, this was able to contribute to the school. That's my own suggestion for now. I am not too sure whether this quotation is complete. Because what I'm seeing on this quotation is just for the gas line. The pumping work for water is not included. I also observed that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prof. Does anybody want to comment? Comment, please. Any other people? Comment, please. Ayola, are you there with us? Rufus, please. Anybody else? Let's hear from other people. Andrew, I think you've. Lawale, please. Comments from other people, please.
Well, I've already, given my own opinion.
Who's this? Who's talking?
Andre.
Okay, Andre.
Yeah.
Recap again. What was your suggestion? Recap.
Well, I think what we should realize is that certain projects should be thrown into the larger old school platform, because we have to realize, we have to take into consideration the amount that is involved. We shouldn't bog ourselves. I think there are so many sets of boys high school, so we should just do certain things that will benefit, just like what I said some few minutes ago. Right? We should just do certain projects that will be appreciated. It doesn't have to be huge projects. Because if we are not talking about laboratory projects, we want to refurbish the lab or bring the lab back, bring the laboratory back into the good old days. Do you realize, as just like Philip said, I don't think we realize how much it's going to cost us to bring that thing back into proper working condition. So certain projects, I think certain projects we should just allow the larger boys high schools to deal with it. And we pick, the low-hanging ones that the teachers and the students can actually, benefit from. That's my own opinion.
Can I come in and give my own suggestion? Okay. My suggestion, okay, let me put it, my stand at the moment is that we go for the exercise book and also go for the chemistry lab. That is the project that we're doing now. With regard to the chemistry lab, even at the moment, we can start, part of the discussion today is contribution and other things. There are other things to discuss today. So the first thing that I feel like we've agreed on 2 projects. The next stage going forward is how we source for fund, and eventually, let me finish my suggestion first. At the end of the day, these are the 2 projects we have in mind. When we start, then along the line, it doesn't have to be today. Along the line, it could be a month.
Hello, Tokumo.
Yes. Yes, Toyi. Hello.
All right, thank you. Now, I just got, well done, everybody. I just got an additional information now.
Okay, go on. Go on. Toyi, go ahead. Go ahead. Toyi, go ahead.
You need to lay hands on the things.
He promised me that his Wi-Fi is working fine though. His Wi-Fi is his Wi-Fi. Toyi.
Hello. Obviously, it's not there now. Let somebody else make their comment.
It's there. It's his Wi-Fi that is
bringing new.
Hello.
Yeah, Toyi. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the guy just responded.
Low.
Mercy Lord.
Toyi.
2 hours ago, when you submitted the chemistry lab.
Toyi, to be honest, it was cutting in between. Start again, Toyi. Please start again. Where is he now? Toyi Aremo raised his hand. Yeah, go ahead.
Somebody else speak now.
No, but we need to hear this latest feedback. We need to hear Toyi's latest feedback. Because it might change. I can see his hand. His hand is up.
Only Baba respond again.
But we don't know what he said.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, Toyi, yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead quickly. Yeah, go ahead before you see your voice. The voice ceases again. Yeah, go ahead, Toyi.
Please see the. Look, go and see I'm posting something on the chat in place.
Okay, you're posting something on the chat. Let's see. Why are you posting it? There's nothing there at the moment, though. Just keep talking and posting at the same time so we can understand what you're saying. Keep talking, Toyi. Okay, the guy said we still need plumbing and carpentry.
Carpentry, that's for the tabletops that you're
talking but he said we still need plumbing. So this pipelines, what's that one for then? Those pipes.
Prof just mentioned it that quotation is not complete.
Yeah, but that quotation
here is for the gas line, for the gas pipes.
Oh, okay, it's just for the gas pipe. Okay.
Yes.
And carpentry. So I think if I understand what they're saying, that there's still going to be another code for the plumbing and the carpentry. That's my understanding. And so that is not the total. That's not the total. The pipeline is for the gas. Okay, so the pipeline is for the gas. So from my understanding, the 500,000 is just for the gas pipeline. And there was another quote of roughly like 700,000. That is just for the floor. That was just for the floor and ties for the floor. That's my understanding of that one. So in summary, we have a code for
we need a second
1.3.
opinion on those codes, sincerely.
Yeah, we're gonna get a second. Definitely, we'll get a second code. But we at the moment we have 1.3, which does not include the plumbing and the carpentry work. That is my understanding. Okay. So, Tony, do you want to talk, or should I just talk?
For now, Tony will connect that. I want to go to.
Yeah, okay. I was saying in terms of my suggestion, at the moment, if we're going to put something on the forum, that majority, don't let me even use the word majority, but as the conversation is going now, we're going for the exercise book and also the renovation of the chemistry lab. Now, the chemistry lab, the extent of what we're going to do in the chemistry lab definitely is going to depend on how much money we're able to raise in the end. So if it's, let's just say, I'm just saying for argument's sake, if it's just painting that we did at the end of the day, or we did something, it depends. But we're definitely going to do we're starting from the exercise book, and it depends on how much money is left from the money that we've gathered. We'll know the quote for both, and we're also going to get a second quote as we're going along. We're going to get a second quote for the chemistry lab. But we should have it at the back of our mind that we're going to do the both projects, and we have it off. But at the end of the day, in terms of executing the project, this is my just input. At the end of the day, what we're going to do is going to be based on how much money we raise. And even the chemistry lab depends on how much money we raise. We start from the painting, the basic things, maybe the floor and things like that. So it depends on how much money we raise. That will depend on the execution of the full project. But we'll put it to the house. We'll the people that's going in terms of raising form, how we're going to raise form, or if we're going to levy out each person, how we're going to go ahead of it. But we have that one at the back of our mind, that these are the two projects, and maybe a rough idea of what it's going to cost. I think that is my input at the moment. Somebody else should come in. Anybody's input? Philip, I think you can add to it, please. Emma Bino. So we can move to the next topic.
There are other people now.
Okay.
How long is this meeting going to last? How long is this meeting going to last?
Ekule, we've done already two. This is the third one now. We're even lucky to get you today. And I don't want us to come back and start all over again. I don't want us to start all over again. That is why I'm trying to, let's move it forward. Let's conclude on some things today, and we don't come back to it the next time. That is what I'm trying to do at the moment. Phillips, how should we approach this at the moment? Because we can't be coming back every single time and starting from scratch again. How can we move forward?
Hello? Do you know one thing? The way I'm looking at the chemistry quotations and the rest, is still not conclusive, because just like Dr. Arami just said, they have not had the carpentry or something like that. Why can't we wait? Let's get a full quotation of this thing.
A comprehensive quotation.
Comprehensive one. Then let's get another quotation, just like I said earlier. So we compare the two. I know that there's going to be price difference between the two. Then if we look at the ties, this guy is quoting maybe a carton at the rate of 4,300. We can get good one, maybe at the rate of 3,000 or something like that. So it's not that they give us quotation and we go by it. We can as well look at it. We can as well go to the market and see the good tie at a cheaper rate. You understand? So this can bring down a lot of money. This is my own suggestion. So let's get a comprehensive list, since we all agree that we are going for chemistry laboratory renovations. Let's get comprehensive. Then by the time we come back, then we now finalize the whole thing. So that's my suggestion anyway.
Okay. Ayola, please. Elders in the house. Ayola.
AY talk.
AY talk, please. Yes. Yes.
You know one thing. Don't bother about we shouldn't. This is not an issue to be rushed. Mike, I rush here.
Excellent.
I think it is something that we must do, and if we decided to take it on, then we have to do it properly.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It doesn't. As far as I'm concerned, it doesn't matter how long it takes.
Mashiri.
You understand? So even if you have to keep coming back every week or every 2 weeks to discuss it until we get it right, that is the most important thing.
Excellent. Excellent.
We shouldn't bother ourselves about.
It shouldn't be worried.
No.
Let's take our time.
Be worried. Let's take our time and sort of get it right.
Get it done right. That's the most important thing.
That is the most important thing.
Yes, so
we must continue to dialogue. We must continue to talk about it until we
if
that is what we want to do, then so be
it. Yeah. And we can as well beat down the price,
Tony is raising up his hand. Talks.
Sorry. So you are free to talk anytime.
Good evening.
Hello, Talks. Tony is raising up his hand.
It's not Tony.
But I ain't don't know.
Yeah. Sorry. Good evening, gentlemen. No, I'm not Tony. Okay. I have two questions to ask because I'm just wondering, all the discussions I'm hearing, it's very strange to me because why strange is this? I was thinking that the executive, they have met and then based on the number of people or probably the financial member of the group, they have come out with, okay, how much are we really going to spend? Because if we are deliberating on this is what we want to do, this is what we want to do, I think there's another that says there's no discussions without money. If there's money on ground now, we can say this is what we want to do. How much are we really expected to contribute? And how many people are the financial members of the group? Because we need to be very, very careful in any decision we are making.
Excuse me, what do you mean by financial members of the group? Sorry to interject, though. What do you mean by
sorry. No. I will explain. No. This is a forum where we need to understand each other. We can have
explain now.
Okay. What I mean by financial member is that when we say we want to do something, how many people or how many group members are really interested or are contributing or working towards it? Some of the people on this platform, we understand what I'm talking about.
Is right.
There are many occasions that we know people that we say, okay, for example, now, if I want to do something tomorrow, I can easily say, Philip Ogunlude, I need 50,000 from you. Without going back, he can do that. I can say, Wale, I need or I need 20,000 from you. You will give. You understand? But we know how many of us have, if you look at the platform now, we have about maybe 200. But how many people are really willing to do things for the
that's a good progress of this book. I agree with you.
I raise my hand, though. So I raise my hand.
No, you will say your own, but I know I'm going somewhere. So the reason why I'm saying all this is that I don't want it to be like people that are on this platform are the only people that are deciding on behalf of 83. Yes. This is something that concerns all 83 sets. Even if we told that, I remember about 2 years ago, when I specifically come to the platform and told everybody that even if they are saying they are contributing towards something, even if it's 1 naira you contribute, God will definitely bless you. You cannot be saying you don't have. There's nobody that has. But this is something that if we have left school 40 years ago, somebody that was born 40 years ago says he knows where he is today. No. Listen, I'm being frank with what I'm saying.
I'm listening.
No, you don't need to call my name. You have your opinion.
I'm just calling your name because I love your name.
And the reason why I'm saying this is because many of the people that are on this platform, they know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, don't
we need to, if need be, these discussions, we might need to close the WhatsApp. We might need to close the WhatsApp group and discuss this thing vividly. So that individual, even if it's 5 naira, anybody, it's everybody, not just people that decide that are talking here. And we are not representing them.
Wale, you are JJC.
Yeah, you see, I don't know anything.
Yeah, you are
You understand what I'm saying?
But
please,
can I
think about this area we have now before we can move further. One, how much are we expected to contribute? Two, how many? Because we can't just be discussing about project. How are the mobilizing team that's going to mobilize how we are going to generate money? We are in February now. Believe me honestly, before we see it now, June is at the back. It's at our back now.
Okay.
And we need money to do all
Rufus,
I'm sorry.
Rufus.
That is one. Wait, that is one.
Okay, go on.
Secondly, when we are talking about projects, what are the criteria they use in choosing a project that 83 Sets is going to do? I hear about chemistry lab. I heard that they say they are talking about chemistry lab, they are talking about school. How do they come about chemistry lab that is 83 that need to do the chemistry lab? Is it because I remove pass through chemistry lab, or is it because pass through chemistry lab?
Rufus,
no.
Rufus, they will answer your question.
Rufus, you pass through the chemistry lab now.
Rufus, they will answer your question. Just ask the questions. Are that the two questions you have, Rufus?
So, what are the criteria we use in deciding or in choosing a project we want to embark on? Okay. So those are the two questions I need answer for.
Okay.
Before I can say anything.
Okay. So you will come to that one. Sorry, I don't know. I appoint myself as the moderator of this meeting. There's Miwa.
Respond?
I don't know if Miwa wants to talk before you respond, or which one should go first.
Yes, Parufi.
Okay. Okay, I think the chairman wants to respond.
Let me respond. Nobody. Hello.
You better respond before your line going to come again.
Wait, you see, let me tell you the issues. I understand all the questions of. You see, the primary challenge we have is that because everybody has not been flowing along, that's why we are going forward and backwards. What we are discussing are the issues raised by by Rufus, they are pertinent questions. But the truth of the matter is that those who are not here again today, when next they come again, they will ask similar questions.
Excellent.
Nobody chose anything for us. Nobody chose anything for us. Simple thing is, you want to do anything, you go to the school. You go to the principal and ask them, what are their challenges? What are the challenges of the school?
Good.
And where do they want any set to come in? Then they will tell us their challenges. Having said that, we brought everything. We brought the things before the house. And all the things they listed for us, there were about 5. And one after the other. Because we discussed about all the 5. By the time we are coming, the issue we have is that 2 of the have cleared that directly or indirectly. That's how we come down. Third one was our own thought. The third one was our own thought. And the issue of should we give a precise book to the students or not? Do you get my point now? Nobody chooses anything for any set. Nobody chooses anything for any set. You will just go to the school. In fact, there is a new rule now that the school has brought up. And that is that if anybody is going to come with that, if anybody is going to set, is going to do anything for the school, that they must carry the national executive along before they even ever take off. So nobody chose anything for any set. We need to clear that. Nobody. The issue is you want to do anything that is the head of the school now, and that is the principal. You go to the principal, you speak with the principal. And like when I was telling you about the chemistry, I said I talked to the principal. The principal directed me to the head of the laboratory, who is also to be an old boy. It was nobody chooses for you. The school, your own is to say, this is our set is coming up with this. What are your area of challenges? They give the list, they have the list already. Then your test cannot choose whichever one you prefer. If you want to help them, that's all. Not that you cannot do any other thing, but they are only trying to let you know that at that moment, those are the pertinent challenges they have. Do you understand now?
Yeah, we're okay.
Exactly. The questions raised by Rufus are important. But like I said, the truth of the matter is that even people that are not here today, we still have that question. Because it's not, all of us, we are not flowing together at the same time. That's the primary challenge. That is all. Thank you.
Okay. Rufus, I believe that response is okay. I don't know. Yeah. Miwa, I think Miwa, engineer, are you there?
Yes, hello. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Okay.
Yeah, I was just going to say that every bit of what Parufi said is true. Yoruba people will say Ika Odogba, Yatose ti àwọn Mr. Olegi. I think we need to carry the entire house along. And looking through the quotation that the guys just submitted, even by just scanning through it, I can pinpoint some arithmetical errors and some kind of like look at the area of cement. Look at the area of cement. A bag of cement now is about 4,700, and if he said he needed 25 bags, how did he arrive at 12,500? So we need to scrutinize this thing properly. Yeah. And what area is it talking about before he could give us the number of cartons of tiles? Yes, so exactly. he must clearly tell us for 20 square area we need this much cartons of tiles, because the tiles we use for ground or for floors, they are not of the same size with the one we use for the tables, and they are not of the same size with the one we use for the walls. So it needs to be proactive. Like someone suggested, we should look for another 1 or 2 more quotations for clarity for us to do. But the truth of the matter is, it's only an estimate. We all know what obtains in Nigeria now. The prices of materials are not stable. Yes, so, exactly. And the only thing that could be stable a little bit about this is maybe their workmanship. Materials are not stable. It goes up and it never comes down. So if we are deciding on handling one project, hello.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, if we are deciding on handling one project, we should have our own benchmark. In engineering management, we call it budget.
Yes.
What amount of money are we budgeting? How are we going to source for this money? That is, what is the source of the money? Then, what is the time frame for the money to come in? It is this money that we now think we will generate, that we now appropriate, that, okay, we are going to do this. Like one now is sacrosanct, which is the exercise book. So from that budget, we remove the cost of producing those exercise books. And then what we have left, is it enough or will it be enough to handle what we have on ground? That is the way we do project procurement. If we keep on debating on this till June, we will not finish this matter. Now we'll be back to square one. So we need to know how much exactly do we want to spend. And like what Professor Rufus said, we should know.
I better go.
Pastor Rufus.
Order. We need to know precisely how many people will contribute and what will be the amount that people will contribute. Of course, we can't expect that everybody should contribute the same amount, except we are deceiving ourselves. If we want to be factual, there will be some people that will say, okay, we've got just 20,000. There will be some people that will say, okay, we've got just 50,000. There will be some people that will be willing to contribute more. But I can assure you that none of us will say is not willing to contribute, but we should have a set target. What time is this money coming in? How much are we going to spend? It is that one that will now determine what we want to do. Like I know of the school very well. If you ask them, they will tell you they want to do the entire school. So it is we that will decide on what exactly we want to do. But I know we cannot finish everything at a blow. We could do it in phases. There is no harm in that. We can do it in phases. But one thing will precede the other item. So we have to look at that critically before we commence what we want to do. Sorry I came late, but I've been following the meeting all along. But I came late to talking. So that is just my own view.
Thank you, Engineer Miwa. Thank you. We have Marufo in the house. Marufo Raimi, do you want to come in? I can see Philip's hands. Marufo, do you want to give some contribute? Good evening, Maruf.
Good evening. I came a bit late.
Okay.
So I'll just follow the discussions.
Okay.
I have internet challenge, but I came a bit late.
Okay then. Philip, I can see your hands up. Do you want to talk or?
Yeah. I raised the hands up when Rufus was talking about the financial members. Okay. See, what really happened is this. First of all, Engineer Oladeton has said that let us know our estimates. You understand? We already know the one for the what's it called? The one for the exercise goal.
Okay.
Now we want to conclude of the one of the chemistry laboratory. Let's get the estimate, correct estimate this time around. You understand? By the time we combine the two together, then we cannot throw it to the whole house that this is how much we are looking at. Because without having estimate, there's nothing you want to go and tell them. What do you want to tell them? That we have to contribute 10 million or 20 million or what? We should have our estimate first. Then concerning the contributions, don't let us bother. If you are bothering that people, they are not financially sound, there is nobody that's financially sound. It's just a sacrifice. It's the kind of love I have for the IBHS, the kind of love you have for the IBHS. You want to go extra mile for IBHS. If I have any money, I have so millions of things I want to use the money for. You understand what I'm saying? So don't let that be our constraint in any way, in any form. Let's get the estimate first, then let's throw it to the house. It's not left to them how we are going to gather the money and do the project. Thank you.
Okay. I think this stage I'll hand it over to the chairman, Toyin. What's your input at this stage? Toyin? Aremu, are you with us?
You don't go.
While we're waiting for Toyin to come back, according to Toyin's agenda for today, we're still discussing the first one, which is number one, proposal project and the quote. The second one is proposed time of the event. I don't know, should we start talking about that now? And the third one is the postponed program of events. The fourth agenda is the proposed anniversary committee. So I don't know, is it something we can discuss today or because of time? Toyin or the vice chairman?
Sorry,
please go ahead.
Oh, it's like we are getting ahead of ourselves. Nǹkan it's very pọ̀ jù. Àti ìkú oníkan àti ẹ̀ tí ìmọ̀ bí tá à ń bá dé ní 1 and 2 à ń lọ sí 3rd. Kí là ń wá lọ 3rd nígbà tá àti ìmọ̀ kan tá à ń bá ní 1 and 2. Ẹ jẹ́ ká yanjú ẹ̀ ká wá níbi kan àti ìlọ àtún lọ 3rd one. 3rd one tá àti ẹ̀ tí ìmọ̀ bí tá a fẹ́ dé. I mean, bọ̀bọ̀ Múyìwá sọ nǹkan sí engineer Múyìwá. Ẹ jẹ́ ká try tó bá gbé lọ sí forum. Iye ló la ní tá a fẹ́ dá. báwo la ṣe fẹ́ share lórí àwọn project yẹn ká tó tún máa lọ sí third ká bá ṣe project kan tán bọ́yé ń ṣe bí èèyàn ṣe ń gbé sẹ́yìn tó bá wà primary 1 tó lọ sọ ọ̀rọ̀ primary 3 o ti pass kó primary 1.
Wait, I understand what Dayo, I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, if any contribution is going to come in, we need to have an idea of when. Because, for example, when are you having your event? Is it in September? Is it in December? Or is it in June?
This is part of planning.
So it's part of the planning. So we need to have a rough idea of time.
Excellent.
If, for example, if somebody wants to travel maybe from Europe or Kenya, have an idea of when is this event going to go ahead. This is not to do with money at the moment, but it's part of the planning at the moment. Yeah. And another thing again is, I don't know what Tony has in mind, the kind of, because we're talking about the money side of it, even the event, what type of event do we have in mind? I think that's the meaning of the program of event, and and also the anniversary committee. So I don't want to be leading this on. Is Tony here?
I'm with you.
Okay, so can you come in now? I hope you're listening. Do you want to come in? Because I want you to chair this meeting. So, Tony, talk, please. Tony, your mic is mute at the moment, so we might not be able to hear you. You have to unmute your mic.
In text, we can't hear you.
Ah, man. To start with, your mic is mute at the moment. We just want direction how we are going now, because it's good to know, have some direction. Tony, please. Vice Chairman, you may have to step in, Prof.
Okay, I want to make a suggestion.
Okay.
And my suggestion is that I'm aware that the National High School are putting up a program that will be during the 85th anniversary of the school. And I think, I can't remember now whether it's going to be October.
No, it's July.
Or September.
No, it's July.
Okay,
you're talking
July.
about the 85th anniversary. That is July. I
Yes.
think it's July 28th and July 29th.
Okay. July 28th and 29th.
Okay, keep going.
We are still since we are still in February. I don't know whether we can work in such a manner that whatever we want to do will coincide with that date or around that time, so that if we are presenting anything to the school, to the students, it will be in the presence of the entire national body of the Old Boys Association. I don't know if we are to get everything that we need to get now ready, and we're able to raise funds and work towards those 2 dates, 28, 29. I don't know. That's my own suggestion for now.
Okay.
Thank you. I don't know what the chairman intends to say.
Okay. Chairman, are you there? Toyin. Toyin. With regard to what Shola, just like Prof mentioned now, it sounds, the way I look at it, because I believe you might want to do during the 40th anniversary, you might want to gather together and maybe have a social event. I don't know, like the one we had, I can't remember, maybe 5 years ago. So that might not be able to, I don't know if that would be able to happen within that weekend, if you're going to have that coming together, unless you're going to join it with the event at that time. But in terms of what, for example, if there's a project that we're going to do, I think what you're trying to say is that if we can execute it before that date, I believe that's what you're trying to say, if I understand. Shola, execute the project.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
Okay, yeah.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
So they can mention it at that event. Oh, okay. Toyin.
Please, I would suggest that maybe we should get back to Toyin because we still have some other things to do.
Yeah.
Probably we need to come back and fine tune the this quotation they gave it to us. Then look at alternative. They probably will get another quotation or one or two again. Then we compare it.
Okay.
Again, the next time we are going to meet again. Since we cannot get to it anymore.
So is there anybody that we want to give an action to look for the second quotation?
So that one is not a big problem now. We have a lot of plumber, a lot of tilers, and the rest.
Okay. In terms of my input is that at the end of the day, if I try to do a bit of recap, we've seen the quote for the exercise book, and it looks like majority of us are going in the direction of the chemistry lab. What I can just say is that at least Shola is here and you can hear us, and also Soji is here. I don't know if the executive can still have your own meeting and maybe refine some of this, because going through all this, this is going to take ages and things like that. So maybe the committee that you're talking about here, maybe you guys can look into it. I don't know the project. You can come with some suggestions and throw it, because if we have to start everything from scratch, even the kind of date, I don't know, maybe you guys can also look into it and come with your suggestions and just to reduce time and things like that. And some of the feedback from here today, I can see your hand, Rufus, I'll call you now. And some of the feedback from today in terms of action points and things like that. So my suggestion is that the ESCO, I know you guys are doing a good job. Some of what is discussed today, if you can come together, fine tune it, and correspond to the house, things like that. Rufus, you can come in.
Yeah. I just have a little thing to chip in. I was just wondering, is it not possible for us to have this planning committee or sort of?
When you say planning committee, for the anniversary?
Yeah, because I'm just thinking that as I've said earlier, we are looking at the time that is far. It's not far. It's just behind us here. We need to have some people working behind the scene, so that probably they have one ABCD to do, and probably when they come, we just say, okay, this is what we feel we can do. We have an option of ABCD. Probably when we come to the meeting like this, we can say, okay, since you have A, you have B, maybe we could do B or leave A before obvious reason. You understand what I'm saying? It's just a suggestion. It's not just my own thing.
It's the right suggestion, and I think it's also in the agenda proposal of an anniversary committee. So okay. I don't know if it's the executive that has to appoint people, go around it, do some homework, appoint people to be a member of the committee, and take it from there. It's part of the agenda today, what you're saying, Rufus. I'm just trying to be the coordinate this meeting as much as possible I can do. It's so, yeah, I know. That's for the Europe one.
Oh my God.
It's not easy. Anyway. Tony is here. If not, we'll go run this thing up. Tony Remo.
Shola is around now. Shola can chat and then give him the feedback.
Shola, should we round up this meeting and you give feedback to Tony, because I think he's not even online at the moment. Tony is not online.
Hello, gentlemen.
Who's this? That's Muiwa. No, who's this?
Muiwa.
Okay, Muiwa, engineer. Yes, okay, go ahead.
And as much as I want to go in line with Parufi's suggestion, I think I want to suggest also that the ESCO should go ahead and nominate some people to be a member of that planning committee or advisory committee, whatever nomenclature we want to give to them. And then if they want to get ratification for their nominees, they could bring them back to the general platform, and then the general platform can give them the go-ahead. When we have smaller number of people, it is easier to work than having a larger house. And then those smaller number of people can now come back and feed the larger house back on these are the assumptions we have, or these are our own line of thought. And then the larger house can now say, okay, let's go for one alternative, or we'll forgo the other alternative, or we'll go for the 2 or the 3 as per whatever they have brought to us. But I think it will work faster for us than every one of us just contributing on the platform here. That is my own suggestion. But I want us to give the power to the committees, to the ESCO, that's the ESCO, to go ahead and pick on people that will work for them in that committee, or work for us. Let me not use that term. Work for us in that committee so that we can fast track things. June is not so far away from us. How long did we start? When did we start this year? We started barely a month ago, and we have finished January. February is rounding up very soon. Before we know it, March will come, and then the whole thing will come to our face. So that is my own suggestion.
Okay, I totally agree with you, and I second your motion. So we give the power to the ESCO draft a committee, and let's take it from here. So Shola, I hope you're aware of all this. And who else is an ESCO here? Soji. Yeah. Yeah. So I will take it from there. Any other input from the house?
Me like him.
No poison.
Okay. Any other input, please, or should we run this meeting up? In the absence of the chairman, Prof, you are the one holding this meeting. So let's hear your voice, Shola.
In the absence of no other thing that people want to raise, I would suggest that we round up the meeting. Okay. And there's no other thing. I would like to call on the to pray for us as we round up.
Okay. Who did you say should pray for us? Engineer, can you round up this meeting with a prayer? Where is it? Is it still on? Okay.
Let's have a word of prayer.
Okay.
But you permit me to speak Yoruba because I'm not an Englishman.
Don't worry. Go ahead.
Okay. A gbé orúkọ yín ga Olúwa Ọlọ́run Olódùmarè fún àǹfààní tí ẹ fún wa láti wà nínú àpéjọpọ̀ yìí. A yìn orúkọ yín lógo torí pé ẹ̀yin Ọlọ́run mú kó ṣe ṣe fún wa láti ṣe ìjíròrò láàrin ara wa. A dúpẹ́ pé èdè àìyedè ẹ̀yin Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó bẹ́ sílẹ̀ láàrin wa. A yìn lógo fún ètò náà tí a wo ojú yín fún láti ràn wá lọ́wọ́ láti wá sí ìmúṣẹ ní orúkọ Jésù ẹ gbà ọpẹ́ wa. A gbàdúrà fún ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan iṣẹ́ wa. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí ó dìṣẹ́ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́. A gbàdúrà pé gbogbo ibi tí a ti wojú ẹ̀yin Ọlọ́run wa fún ìrànlọ́wọ́, ẹ̀yin Ọlọ́run wa ẹ gbèdé ìrànlọ́wọ́ fún wa o. Gbogbo ibi tí àwọn ọmọ wa wà, ìyàwó àtàwọn ọkọ gbogbo ní orúkọ Jésù ẹ bá wa tọ́jú ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan o. Ẹ má jẹ́ ká rògùn àsáré pé o. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ayọ̀ sí ara wa o. Ní òpin ohun gbogbo, ẹ jẹ́ kí a lè fi ògo fún orúkọ ẹ̀yin Ọlọ́run wa o. Kí orúkọ ẹ̀yin Ọlọ́run wa lè di ìyìn lógo ní orúkọ Jésù Kristi Olúwa ní a gbàdúrà. Amen.
Guys, just for you to be a pastor. He's already a pastor.
I'm not a pastor.
You are an elder in church now.
I'm only an engineer. Yes.
Okay.
Engineer Dikin.
Andre, make it pastor.
Guys, guys, just for you to be aware, this meeting was recorded, so I'll put the audio version of it on the 83 forum. So just for you to be aware, and for other members that are not here today, for them to listen to it. So I'll put it on the forum. So I know. Okay, guys.
All right. So
platform.
Philip, ready for vote. Ready to vote.
I know.
I'm obedient.
You know, guys, how this scarcity of naira. You know, this scarcity of naira is going on. How you guys coping and
Kodero.
Obedient go affect the feeling.
Olúlẹ̀rí.
Confessor.
Confessor.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Engineer.
Which governor of which state? Or your
governor lay ìyàwó mi.
Okay.
You not get new notes.
Omilaki.
We thank God.
Nice one, everybody.
Okay, so as the host, I'm going to stop this meeting.
Take care, bro.